Commander Vexthor had seen war across 17 star systems. His exoskeleton bore the scars of 1,000 battles, each groove a testament to conflicts that had shaped the Kaldreth Empire's expansion across the galaxy. War to him was mathematics, calculated movements, strategic positioning, resource management. It was a science perfected over 3 millennia of conquest. The humans were supposed to be simple. Another pre-FTL species ripe for incorporation into the Empire. Initial surveys showed promise. They possessed rudimentary nuclear capabilities, fractured governments, and a population prone to internal conflict. Standard protocol suggested a demonstration of force followed by diplomatic annexation. Clean, efficient, predictable. Vexthor stood aboard the dreadnought Crimson Mandate, observing the blue-green planet rotating slowly beneath them. Earth, they called it. 12 other capital ships surrounded the planet in a perfect geometric formation, their weapons arrays powered and ready. The message had been transmitted in every language the humans used: surrender or face obliteration. The response came not in words, but in action. Small craft, impossibly small compared to Kaldreth vessels, launched from the planet's surface like angry insects disturbed from their nest. Vexthor's tactical officer Sulmaven chirped with amusement. "Commander, they're attacking with their atmospheric fighters. Should we even bother with point defense?" Vexthor studied the approaching swarm with clinical detachment. "Let them come. They need to understand the futility of resistance." The first wave hit the shield perimeter and exploded into brilliant orange flowers against the energy barriers. Vexthor nodded, satisfied. The demonstration would be educational for... His thought cut short as one human craft trailing fire and missing half its wing accelerated directly into a shield generator node. The explosion was insignificant in terms of damage, but the intent made Vexthor's primary heart skip a synchronized beat. The pilot had deliberately crashed into them. Not a malfunction, not a desperate evasion. "A choice, Commander." Solmaven's voice carried an unfamiliar tremor. "More incoming." They're all doing it. Deliberate collision courses. The tactical display painted a picture Vexthor had never witnessed in his centuries of warfare. Dozens of human craft, many already critically damaged, were not retreating. They were using themselves as weapons, targeting specific points on the Kaldreth vessels with suicidal precision. "This is irrational," Vexthor muttered, watching another fighter disintegrate against their hull. They must know they cannot win this way. But something was changing. The coordinated kamikaze attacks weren't random. They were strategic. Each impact weakened the same sections, creating vulnerabilities in the shield matrix. And behind the fighters came something else. Crude missiles, hundreds of them, launched from the surface installations. "Sir, the Eternal Prosecutor reports shield failure in Sector 7. The Harmonious Silence has lost 3 weapon batteries to..." Solmaven paused, mandibles clicking in disbelief. "Commander, they're launching nuclear weapons at point-blank range, with their own people still in the combat zone." Vexthor's blood chilled. The humans were detonating atomic devices in their own orbital space, incinerating their fighters and Kaldreth ships alike. The flash of nuclear fire painted the viewport white, and when it cleared, 2 of his escort frigates were gone, simply erased from existence. "All ships. Combat dispersion pattern," Vexthor commanded, but his voice felt distant to his own auditory receptors. This wasn't war as he knew it. This was something primal, something furious. The humans broadcasted a message then audio only in their primary language with translation overlays. A single voice female crackling with static and fury. "You wanted to see what we're capable of? We've been killing each other for 10,000 years. You're just another enemy, and we're really, really good at this." More ships launched from Earth. Not military craft this time, but civilian vessels, cargo haulers, passenger shuttles, even what appeared to be recreational spacecraft, all packed with explosives and piloted by volunteers. The tactical officer's display showed thousands of names, all broadcasting final messages to loved ones as they accelerated toward the Kaldreth fleet. Vexthor watched a human cargo ship, emblazoned with corporate logos for transporting grain, ram into the Crimson Mandate's sister ship. The explosion tore through the dreadnought's midsection, breaking its spine. He could see individual humans in spacesuits thrown from the wreckage, still firing handheld weapons at his vessels even as they tumbled into the void. "They're not fighting to win," Vexthor realized aloud. They're fighting to make us bleed. Solmaven turned all four eyes toward him. Commander, we've lost 6 ships. 6. To a species that can't even achieve faster than light travel. We should withdraw and request reinforcements. But Vexthor understood something his tactical officer didn't. Reinforcements wouldn't matter. The humans had already won, not through superior technology or tactics, but through something the Kaldrith had engineered out of themselves generations ago. The willingness to sacrifice everything out of sheer, unbridled rage. He had seen war across 17 star systems. He had conquered species that surrendered when faced with overwhelming force. He had accepted the submission of civilizations that calculated the mathematics of survival versus pride and chose wisely. But he had never faced an enemy that looked at impossible odds and responded, not with fear or logic, but with fury. An enemy that would turn every tool, every resource, every living body into a weapon. An enemy that treated their own lives as ammunition to be expended without hesitation. Another broadcast came from Earth's surface, this time from multiple sources simultaneously. Millions of voices speaking in hundreds of languages, all saying variations of the same thing. Come down here and try to take it. Vexthor looked at the planet below, at the mushroom clouds blooming across its surface where the humans were destroying their own military installations, rather than let them be captured. He thought of the Empire's projection, a decade-long occupation, maybe 2, to fully integrate Earth into Kaldrith space. He activated the fleet-wide channel. All ships prepare for FTL jump. We're leaving this system. Commander? Solmaven's confusion was palpable. Vexthor's voice was hollow. Mark this planet as quarantined. Recommend avoidance to all Imperial vessels. Add a note to the stellar charts. He paused, watching another wave of human attackers launch toward his retreating fleet. Warn them that humans don't fight wars. They fight vendettas, and they never ever forget. As the Crimson Mandate engaged its faster-than-light drive, Vexthor took one last look at Earth. The blue-green planet burned with the fires of its own defenders' rage. Beautiful and terrible in equal measure. War was nothing new to Commander Vexthor. But human rage? That was a force of nature he had no interest in facing again.